Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Hoyt Archery, Fuse Accessories, Realtree, Muddy Outdoors, Cabela's, Rocket Broadheads, Frigid Forage, Trophy Rock, Easton Arrows, RTP Outdoors, Non-Typical Wildlife Solutions, Ozonics, Wilderness Athlete, Grizzly Coolers, Redneck Hunting Blinds, and Nikon.
Come on in, guys. Welcome to the Midwest Whitetail office. We wanted to start this week's episode off by giving you a quick tour and kind of showing you where we work and live for most of the year. And this is the place right here. We've got the Midwest Whitetail summer meeting this weekend, so we thought this would be a good chance for us to kind of take you for a tour of our office and show you our operation, kind of how things work. It's myself, Greg Clements, and Zach Fehrenbaugh in here all the time. We basically live here. And over here we've got my desk where I do a lot of the editing for Spring Thunder and these other projects. Greg lives over here. His computer's on. He's been working on Chasing November and a lot of other projects as well. And Zach's running the cameras right now, which is what he's good at doing. But this room right here is where most of the work takes place. When we go out and hunt, we come in, we capture the footage right here at these desks, and then edit the video blogs, the weekly shows. Pretty much everything that you see comes from this room. We've got battery chargers and stuff, and then on back through the hallway, we've got our shipping department. Right here's all the new Midwest Whitetail gear. And then this is our where our expert shipping takes place. You got a little scale over there. Right there is the shipping master himself. We come in here and fill orders every day, and then put them in a tote and take them up to the post office. Pretty simple. A lot of camera gear in here, battery chargers, all kinds of stuff. Old hard drives with footage on them. And then our big network bay is over there as well, where we keep lots and lots of footage. Kitchen, tripods, more MW gear right here. And then upstairs is my little castle. This is where I record all the podcasts at this desk and sleep on this couch when Bill's on vacation. But seriously, it is a good place to get away. You know, we are spending long hours in here editing footage, and sometimes the creative minds get a little overloaded, so it's nice to come up here and nap on the couch. I mean, we sleep up here a lot throughout the season when we're editing shows and we're trying to be here at 4 a.m. to go hunting. It's hard for us to drive home, crash for a few hours, and then get back here without sleeping through an alarm. So a lot of us sleep here throughout the fall. And like I said, this is where I record all the podcasts, got all the gear sitting here for that. Zach and I, or whoever, will sit here and call folks and record everything to this laptop. And then over here, we've got a bunch of Bill's old bucks that didn't make it into his trophy room. This is Jamie right here, actually. He's a real cool old deer that I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. This is Loppy over here. And then, let's see who else we got here. This is the buck he killed out of the redneck blind during late November 2013, I think. Same year he killed, is that Curly? Yep. That is Curly. And this was another old buck on his farm that he got in mid-October, pretty sure. Real cool hunt. That's where those guys reside, right there. And then we'll take you back downstairs now. Overall, as you can see, it's pretty small office space. Most of the space actually is taken up by the shop out here. Right now it's pretty cluttered, so I won't show you all of it, but oh yeah. We do have Greg's truck out here. Greg's truck quit running about a week or two ago, and we've been wrenching on it and trying to get him back up and going. As you can imagine, Zach and I's cars are in here a lot too. But that's pretty much it for a tour of the office. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We got some cool photos and stuff in here too. Right here's one that Eric left us before he took off a few weeks ago. It's of Greg Clements' buck last fall. And it's a sweet photo. Eric got up on top of his truck so that he could get the shot down, you know, into the bed with all the guys. We just got done dragging Greg's buck out in the middle of a storm, and all of us are soaking wet and tired. And it really embodies, you know, what we do out on public land here at Midwest Whitetail. It's a team effort, and it's one of the best times you can have is back at the pickup after a long drag when you finally get a big boy loaded up and you can sort of recap the hunt. So got lots of little gems like that running around here in the office. Right now it is the off season, but we're still very busy. We got lots of work going in here every day, producing commercials for Chase in November, you know, trying to finalize our fall plans for 2017. And like I mentioned, got all the pro staff coming in tomorrow for the film school. All the sponsors will be here on Saturday, and it's really a good time every year. It's nice to get to see everybody and get together for good fellowship and visit about deer hunting stories and sort of get amped up. From this point forward, after the meeting, we'll start producing lots more of the daily blogs as we start our summer scouting, our summer work. But now we're going to fast forward to the summer meeting, check in with some of our sponsors and pro staff.
All right guys, my name is Isaac Getzinger. I'm the sales manager for Grizzly. Just gonna go over quick some of the new products we got for this year for Grizzly. So last year I showed you the 32s and the 20 ounce. We still have those available in the charcoal and the stainless finishes. We added some colors to the 20s as well. New this year, we came out with a koozie called the Pounder. So this fits a 16 ounce can. Top screws off, throw your can in there, screw it shut. It's got a little gasket on top that keeps the can inside. Still has our grip feature and a non-skid pad on the bottom. Then to complement that, that's available in the stainless and the charcoal. To complement that, we came out with a 12 ounce version called the Can for obvious reasons. But what we did with this one is instead of a screw top, it's just got a push on lid to it. The big stuff for us this year is our soft sides. We've been working on soft sides for 2 years in development. And our main goal for these was to bring something to the market that was not only at a price point that made sense for a soft side, but we wanted something with a lot of features, multiple pockets, and something that would work basically just as well, if not better, as some of the other high-end stuff out there. So what we came out with was the Drifter series. This is the Drifter 12 and the Drifter 20. It's got a wide mouth top and a hard EVA foam bottom. That's got a non-slip surface to it, very rugged.
Okay guys, we'll start down here talking about the Bale Blind just a little bit. The changes we made to the hay bale blind this year is we went and added another layer of material down underneath the coconut and the straw, so that it's a burlap material, so that if the birds and the mice and the squirrels all play havoc with your bale blind, you're still going to have something that resembles the bale blind after they pull all the natural fibers and stuff out of it. Another thing that we've added is we got rid of the magnets and added an actual mechanical lock on the door that actually's got two mating pieces that fit together, so the door actually fits and locks in tight, so it doesn't pop loose from the magnets like we've had a little bit of problem with. So that's a real big advantage, is having that door stay shut all the time. So on the soft-sided blinds, the ghillie blind we took on this year, we removed some of the ghillie material, the string material, out from around the door so that there's no problem with it getting caught in the zipper. And you also notice on the camo blind, we've added the brush-in straps. In the catalog, if you take a look, there's an advertisement in there for one of the Bale blinds, or excuse me, one of the soft side blinds, where we actually camoed one in, setting in a row of Egyptian wheat. And it's amazing when you add a little bit of natural grasses to those straps, how well those things blend in. So on the hard-sided blind, we've added the stencils to the windows on the bow windows, and then deer can't actually see through it and see you as easily. We've also added a foam floor underneath the carpet to help with when you drop something in there, deaden the sound, but it also adds another layer of insulation. The other thing is we've added acoustical foam to the walls that helps absorb sound and adds a little bit more insulation to the walls of the blind as well.
So we've got a machine for about every size of food plotter. This is the 5-foot model, of course, Genesis 5. And we've got a 3-foot as well as an 8-foot. So the 3-foot model will be out actually next month. And that model is able to be put on a tractor, but also the best part about it is you can pull it behind an 800cc UTV. There's some setup to that. It's got basically like what a dump trailer setup would be if you've ever rented a dump trailer or had one. You've got an electric over hydraulic pump and some cylinders. So the 3-foot, like I said, and the 5 and the 8 are all built the same way. They're all 3-point models, but you can get a tow kit for any of them. So if you're getting into like a 3-foot, you're looking at, you know, a smaller food plotter, then you can get way back into areas with that UTV. That's going to be the first true no-till available behind a UTV that you'll see on the market. So cool thing about that machine. So when you talk about no-till, you're talking about 3 major things. You're talking about time savings, you're talking about building soil, and you're talking about seed to soil contact. So you know, just something to remember when you're getting into this is whereas you may have, or now you may till everything and work the ground and then go across it several times preparing before you plant and packing it, then with this machine coming in at the right time, you can spray what you have there and just plant into it. So save you a lot of time from that standpoint and get you in the field doing something else that's either going to enhance your habitat or maybe you get to hunt more.
I'm Mike Silkwood, it's Dave Hahn, we're both engineers with Rocket. We're trying to revamp the Rocket line a little bit, breathe a little new life into it. Some of the differences are we've got a new blade process, more high-end blade process. So I don't know if you've noticed, like some of the old blades may have a little curvature to them almost. That's because it was a solid or a rolled piece of steel that was stamped out with the blade. We changed that to where it's a flat piece of steel, be stamped out, and you just get better tolerances on the grind process. You'll end up with a sharper blade. It's still the same material. Another difference is a different tip profile and a change in material, or it was just a plain carbon steel. It's going to be a 4/16 stainless steel. This one is new for us this year. Is a 4-blade Sidewinder. So it's based on the same base ferrule and the same blade geometry as the 3-blade, but we added the extra blade. Same tip, same high-end blade process, and we're really looking forward to that one. You know, if you guys are zipping through with a standard Sidewinder, 4-blade's going to do pretty good for you. You cut a little extra.
Well guys, I'm Ben Harshine from Huntera. So what we do is make custom maps for hunters, land real estate agents, farmers, ranchers, really anybody that needs to make a decision on land. Our goal is to give them the ultimate tool to understand it to the fullest. Whether you're hunting 20,000 acres of public ground or your grandpap's back 40, okay? My goal is to make the ultimate map for your scenario. The first product I want to show you here is the field map. And this is waterproof, tear-proof, military grade, meant to take out into the field. It's soft enough that you can fold it up, and we've got basically dash lines to show you where to fold it into 6, and it'll fit in your pocket or your pack. And this is really meant to accompany you through hunting season. It can withstand the folding and all the water and the moisture and whatnot. This is a great product to take into the field. The next one we offer, I'll jump to the Magnum map. This is our premium product here, and what it is a map installed on a sheet of steel, and it's pretty simple. You've got different colored magnets that you can mark your points of interest on. stands, cameras, blinds, encounters. You can use it as a check-in, check-out if you're part of a hunting club. As things change during hunting season, this is going to be your tool to really lay out all of your inventory and the current status of it in the field. And then if you don't want to get with the Magnum app, you just want a nice one, maybe you want to frame it yourself, or you want to put a little barn wood around it, or just put one up against, tack one up on the wall, we've got the poster map, which is the same material minus the metal. This year we decided to get into the digital world, and now we have what we call the Huntera mobile map. And what that is this exact map now on your phone. Why that's important, or what we bring to the table, opposed from maybe some other applications that are already on your phone, is that the technology we're using requires no cell service. It works off the global positioning system. So once you load it onto your phone one time, regardless of whatever service is available on your hunting property, that little blue dot will follow you around wherever you go.
So the Pro Defiant is our aluminum series. It comes in 3 different bow options. You have the Pro Defiant at 30.5 inches axle to axle, 7-inch brace height, shooting 331 feet per second. The 34-inch model also has a 7-inch brace height, shooting 325. And then our turbo model, for the guys that want some extra speed, is a 33-inch, 6-inch brace height, shooting 350. So the big things that we did on the Pro Defiant this year on the aluminum versus last year's Defiant is we actually added 3.2 ounces to the total mass weight of the bow. We basically did that. We took a little bit more material out of the upper heads and the lower head where the limb pocket is, and put it more into the central part of the grip and the tech riser. Okay, physics. A little bit heavier mass weight bow is going to help dampen any residual vibration and harmonics as it travels through the material. So by having more weight and material through the grip, as that shock initially travels up, okay, just like the truss of a bridge or a house, it's going to travel through the tech and avoid your hand. So by adding extra weight there, we're able to divert that and cancel negative it out before it even gets into your hand. Okay, so a little bit quieter, more vibration-free shot and setup for you guys. On the fuse side, we've introduced a couple new accessory pieces. I'll pass these around. These are the new Cybex Sights. The new slider version is available in a single pin, a 3-pin, and a 5-pin setup. They're all machined aluminum construction. The Cybex XT is our fixed pin design, available in a 3, 5, and 7-pin configuration. All of our fuse accessories this year are coming with the accessory colors already in the package. So this is one of our Torch FXs. So you no longer have to go out and get the different color stealth discs or the flex wraps. If you want to change your colors out, they all come in the package, and you can change them out day to day if you guys want to.
If you have this problem, if you ever have this happen, which I know you have, you got a deer walking straight to you, well, you can't do this. You got one chance in your life to get that deer. You got to muscle that thing back, and good luck if it's 20 degrees and however it's getting that bow back. But you can take it and bury your hand in this release right here. Bury it, and you can pull it straight back. I don't care what pounds you're pulling, you pull it straight back and make your shot. And I don't care who you are, how strong you are, you can hold this release longer than any release ever been made. If you have to hold for a long time and still make the shot.
I'll talk just briefly about how Ozone works, just to fill a couple guys in so we're all on the same page. Ozone's a very unstable molecule, right? So it doesn't want to be ozone. It wants to become anything but that, right? So once it's exhausted out of the unit, we know it's very unstable. We also know it's 30% heavier than the air, right? So it's naturally going to fall, all right? So when you're in a tree stand situation, when you have it above your head, it's actually going to fall. When that wind is carrying your scent away, it's obviously going to interact with that ozone, and that's what we're trying to get to, right? We're trying to manipulate that ozone to come in contact with your scent, and when that happens, that O3 comes in contact with that scent, and on a molecular level, it's going to destroy it and go from O3 back to O2. Okay, so that's kind of what we're trying to do. So for a tree stand, the right way is going to be 8 to 10 inches above your head. Okay, that's rule number 1. Always have it 8 to 10 inches above your head. Rule number 2, always have it pointed in the downwind direction, all right? In a ground blind, the big thing that we're trying to do is we're not trying to treat the air in the blind, we're trying to treat the air leaving the blind. So if you're using the units properly, whether in a tree stand or a ground blind, you shouldn't be smelling the ozone. We get guys in these elevated blinds that we get guys that call us, well, I can't stand this ozonics, like I'm getting so dizzy, and they talk to me and they're like, well, they've got all the windows shut and the unit on boost mode, and that's like, no, it's meant to be used in a ventilated area, or, you know what I mean? It's meant to, so that it's supposed to be, you put it on standard mode in a ground blind, not on boost mode. You put it on boost mode in a tree stand, right? You're trying to treat the air moving downwind. It's not the air in the blind, it's the air going out of the blind. So really just focus on that, guys. You really need to make sure that you're putting that ozone in the downwind direction.
So this is our new saw, the new pull saw, 40 volt saw we came out with this year. We tried dealing with the 20 volt saw, but you don't get the power, same as you get the 40 volts. As you know, the Steel has that $600 range saw. We tried to bring the price point to about the $300 and keep it more whitetail friendly, take the stink and everything out of it. So it's one of our hot selling products right now, and I really like it a lot. Then we got the new, so this year, the 16-foot saw. We have the 5 and the 10-foot one. This year we came out the 16-foot. I mean, it really extends out to, you can get out to 20 feet, how tall you are, but I mean, it's got a bigger blade compared to the 5-foot and 10-foot. And then kind of the big thing with Heumann is, when we bought this company, it was the actual blade sharpness. They're really dull. So we put together for our engineer team, and what is it, the SK5? SK5 hardened steel. I mean, it's a really sharp knife or blade. And it cuts through quick, so it's one of the better blades out there in the market, in our opinion. So, and then we came out with hand saws. I mean, the portable hand saws, using this stuff, it's hard to use. It's bulky, it sucks. Where you got these, put these in your pack, you're in your deer stand quick, cut a couple branches off. You got these small ones. So, kind of our new stuff. And then we got the new bone blade, use the pelvic, 1/4 ounce of elk. It's really handy. I mean, it's helped out, and he quartered out his elk last year using this, cutting the pelvic out and cutting the extra quarters. So.
For those of you that don't know me, I'm Gene Price with Trophy Rock. I'm the marketing director at Trophy Rock. We have two products. We have a Trophy Rock, solid rock, and then the exact same thing. It's crushed up 465. It's just a crushed up Trophy Rock is all it is. It's all natural, has 65 different trace minerals. That's what kind of sets it apart from the other minerals that's on the market. Another thing, I have a question for you guys. How many of you guys have big holes around your Trophy Rocks? Every one of you. That's the worst thing you want to see. You do not want those holes. You don't want the deer to eat dirt. Everybody thinks they're just digging a big hole and getting a bunch of mineral. They're actually not. It's the most inefficient way to see your mineral site is a big hole. So we're putting all of our rocks, I'm making stands and getting all my rocks 40 inches off the ground. And it'll be on our website. Go to our website real soon. We're gonna have a picture of this and how to make it. It's real easy to do. It's bringing the deer around to the same spot. You can pull your camera in a little bit tighter. Our batteries, we're going through, a couple $1,000s in batteries every year. We've taken that down to like 450 bucks. So, I mean, it's worth it to put these rocks up on these stands. It's a money saver, it's a time saver, and it's a great aid in your management process too.
Well, I can put a wrap on the 9th annual Midwest Whitetail annual meeting. It was a great event. I think we had 120 pro staff join us and 13 of our sponsors. So it was an excellent event, a lot of fun, great to see everybody again, and we're already looking forward to next year. That's it for this episode, but before I go, I'm going to leave you with some photos from the recent trip that Drew and I took up to the Quetico on our smallmouth fishing trip. And like I always say, thanks for joining us this week. We'll see you right back here again next week for the next episode of Midwest Whitetail. And remember to always dream big.